Hey guys, Morgan here for the Daily Draft, where we take Magic one draft at a time. I am returning to Battle for Zendikar Pack Pro and Swiss drafts like they were Innistrad, and we will get going as soon as a couple more people join this queue. Alright, we're back. That took forever to fire BTW. Alright, interesting choice here. There's a Barrage Tyrant, which is an awesome creature. 4 in a red to get a 5/3 that can fling your other colorless creatures. There's also a Stasis Snare, and kind of pick between these two. I think I want to take the Barrage Tyrant though. I really like playing that card. Stasis Snare is quality removal. Complete disregard's fine. I really like Rune Processor. I really like Ulamog's Despoiler, specifically in the Barrage Tyrant deck. You're gonna have to play like a lot of ingest, but this card's good specifically when you can throw it at people and things. I could take the Mist Intruder. Like, it's not ridiculous. I could also take the Tunneling GOP just as like an aggressively costed creature, or I could take the Smoldering Marsh to splash black, and I think I'm actually gonna do that. It's value. It's value. Yeah. Barrage Tyrant. This guy's like, look at. Alright, sweet. Oh, Part the Water Veil. Retreat to Emeria too. Jesus. I think it's between like Part the Water Veil, Clutch of Currents, and Benthic Infiltrator. And it should probably just be Benthic Infiltrator. Except for, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Benthic Infiltrator. I think Benthic Infiltrator is much more important to the Devoid strat than Clutch of Currents. Although I could be completely wrong. But I'm gonna take Benthic Infiltrator. It's also a little cheaper, which, not gonna lie, is kind of important. There's a what? Alright, well, I'm taking the Core Entanglers, as it's the best card in the pack. And, that was... I'm gonna pick up a Tightening Coils. Tightening Coils is a reasonable, like, semi-removal spell. Rune Processor makes me really happy that I picked up a Benthic Infiltrator. Get over there. Yeah. So we're still holding out hope for the Barrage Tyrant plan, personally. Guess let's take Rush of Ice here. I like Rush of Ice because A, it's blue, and B, the colorless creature can also be sacrificed to Barrage Tyrant. Not really interested in the Silent Skimmer quite yet. I'm not that deep in the Devoid plan. Sure, Anticipate. It's a interesting draft so far. Nothing great wheeled. I guess I take the Baloth for the board. We boarded in against good decks. Well, I'm gonna take my favorite hedge card, Lifespring Druid, and cross our fingers that we just don't end up in a really bad deck on accident. Okay. We might have to give up on the Barrage Tyrant dream, guys. This is kind of sad. I mean, the strategy has a high enough payoff that I don't mind, like, really heavily committing in the first pack. Because, like, these cards are all pretty reasonable for a Barrage Tyrant deck, regardless. So, what I'm saying is, I don't feel like I wasted the pack. even though it feels like blue-red isn't really open at all. I'm gonna take the Sanctibufugen because why not? Get some value. Alright, Snapping Gnarlid. I got you. That's a pretty aggressive creature to have. Alright, Broodhunter Worm. Perfect. Where blue-green attack you. Alright, sweet. We have a plan. It's not a great plan. Or even a good plan, probably. And we didn't even wheel part the water veil. What is this? But it's a plan. Interesting. I think it's between Ruination Guide and Lantern Scout. Like, Lantern Scout is pretty good. Just in general. Makes me wish I had been white in pack 1. Ruination Guide is pretty great though. Especially in like this deck as it sits. I think Lantern Scout is just better though. Like, it has a much higher upside. That card, it's pretty insane. So I'm gonna take it. And then I'm gonna take this Unified Front. Because this card is really good in the multicolor decks like ours. And we're hoping to get like a Tajuru Beastmaster? No? Oh, I gotta play this. We might not even be like blue. Honestly. I could see taking Evolving Wilds here, or Blade Master even. Snapping Gnarlid. Oh, let's get this Quarantanglers in here if we're gonna consider this Blade Master. Yeah, I think Blade Master has the highest upside of all these cards. I think we just want the Slide Runner here. It's a pretty aggressive card. We're ending up looking kind of aggressive. We could also just take the Lifespring Druid though. I think we want the slide runners. Oh, there's a Nettle Drone. I'm just gonna take the Evolving Wilds though. I think this plan's pretty solid. The creature plan. We're on the man plan now. Inspired Charge is a little bit of a heavy commitment, I think. I could take like Call of the Scions. Ugh. This deck is not good. I mean, I'm taking it because there's not a lot else going on. I'm taking the Valak Invoker here over like a third Territorial Baloth. It looks like red is going to be a color that I'm playing, so having a mana sink for later in the game is going to be nice. Here I'm going to take Outnumber. Outnumber seems like a reasonable removal spell in this deck. There's also an Invoker that I'd be happy with. But, yeah, Outnumber. I want to kill stuff. So Outnumber's good for that. Well, we have a Tunneling Geopede. That seems pretty sweet. I'll take it. It's, like, Tunneling Geopede has a nice amount of inevitability that I really appreciate in a 3-drop, 3/2. Slab Hammer is actually a kind of not unreasonable card in this deck, so I'm gonna take it. Equip that bad boy to a McKindy Slide Runner? Yes, please. Guess guess I take Fertile Thicket. Like, this deck wants to hit land drops. So, yeah, it'll be fine. Sure. Plummet for the board. Perfect. Natural Connection might not actually be terrible in this deck. It'll be marginally less bad than it would be normally. Slabhammer with Fertile Thicket's pretty funny, although I'd rather have like a Sandstone, something or another, or Looming Spire. Specifically, Looming Spire I think would be better. So I noticed that I tend to default towards like the red, green, white decks when my drafts just go horribly wrong. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I play Brood Hunter Worm. We'll see where this is going. Aw, yeah. Got that March from the Tomb. I think it's between the Tunneling Geopede and the Tajuru Beastmaster, and given we have some pretty quality allies, I think I'd rather take the Tajuru Beastmaster. Speaking of quality allies, I would love to pick up a Tajuru Stalwart in this pack. Tajuru Stalwart is the Converge 3 mana 0/1 that enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters, where X is the number of colors used to cast it. And it would definitely be replacing Call of the Scions. Ooh. Let's see. I think we just want this Ondu Rising. Whenever a creature attacks this turn, it gets lifelink until end of turn. Be good. Yeah, we're gonna be leaning pretty heavily on this white splash. Quote unquote splash. Do need more allies. I wouldn't be unhappy just picking up allies for the rest of the pack. Alright, interesting pack. There is a Tajuru Stalwart in here alongside a Sheer Drop. I mean, Sheer Drop's probably the better card. Tajuru Stalwart is an ally. I think we want to take the removal. Unfortunately, like, something you gotta do once in a while. Thanks, Moto. Marasa Ranger seems fine. Ornreef Invoker is pretty good. It's also a 2-drop. I think I just want the Ranger here. I'm gonna be hitting land drops. There's a, oh wait, no, just kidding. McKindy Patrol is an ally. I think that gets the nod pretty easily. Alright, cool. There's also a Slide Runner and a Stone Fury in this pack, but Tajuru Warcaller is the payoff that we were looking for. Snapping Gnarlid. There's also a Looming Spires. How many creatures do I have? Am I even, like, playing red that heavily? Like, maybe red's my splash. Like, I could take Looming Spires. Don't get me wrong. I think I just want the Snapping Gnarlid, though. Hey, Looming Spires. Sweet. Not taking the Stonewaker. There's another Niddle Drone. Missed out. Definitely taking the Ornreef Invoker here. Swell of Growth, I suppose. Like, Swell of Growth's actually a pretty sweet combat trick with Looming Spires and, like, the landfall guys. We might just be Naya, too. Just straight Naya. Straight Naya, homie. I'm sorry. just like super sorry. I would like one more ally. So that's the goal. Alright, well, I'm going to take this Brood Hunter Worm and put it right there and just kind of think about my life and how I ended up with 2 Brood Hunter Worms in this deck. Although, we do have 26 playables. No, we have 26 cards in the deck. So, I can see cutting, like, I don't know, Brood Hunter Worms. And 2 other cards. I'm taking the Scythe Leopard. Marasa Ranger is definitely better than Brood Hunter Worm. I will take the Inspired Charge and maybe even play it, actually. Scythe Leopard can be cut. Baloth. Probably just want to cut the Tunneling Geopede and the Slide Runner too. It appears as if we are playing green-white. I cut these 2. We're at 23. I like playing the Valakut Invoker. I like all of these. I think we can cut Rune Processor and call it good. Like, Smoldering Marsh is there exclusively for Unified Front. Looming Spires, we'll play 1 mountain to 1 basic mountain, and then, yeah, 1 basic mountain, and then a split between the plains and the forests. And, call it good. Yeah, alright, this is an interesting deck. I'll see you in round 1. Okay, so I'd like to address the Stasis Snare, Retreat to Emeria, and some other stuff. I think we passed some other, like, gold-white stuff too. I think that the Barrage Tyrant plan had a little bit of a higher payoff because I tend to think that, like, the Devoid decks tend to be stronger, but they're probably overdrafted right now, so maybe I should have just taken the strongest card in the pack. Anyway, we get to have fun this event because we're playing Ally Inspired Charge. So I'll see you then.